Welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on a couple of hops here. First off, I'm going to be using my Counterfeit Kit Challenge blog kit for the month of June, which is also my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit for the month of June. I am also going to be working on 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life, series number 18. This is day number 19, and our sketch is this beautiful 2-page sketch by Martha Barnett. If I can find her social media stuff, I'll have that linked down below for you. I'm also working on Paw Your Way into Our Hearts hop, and I have a photo of this is my older cat now, but at this time this photo was taken in, I think, October of 2016 is the album I pulled it from to scrapbook. And he is using our dog as a pillow, and Tucker is looking up at my daughter saying, is he gonna scratch me again? I don't know if I like this pillow idea. So I have that. So the product I'm using again is from my Counterfeit Kit, How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. And I have 3 full sheets of paper and a couple of scraps, and then I have this 49 Market. This is from Curator's Essential Ephemera Pack, and I put it in here just to add a little bit more color to my kit because this kit is very neutral, which is fine. I think in the inspiration kit, this was probably the most colorful piece of paper in the kit, and since I had it, I threw it into my kit as well. It is from Simple Stories, Boho Baby. I'm going to talk about this sketch for a minute. I love this sketch. I love that it is a 2-page sketch, but because I only have one photo, I'm going to use just this side of the sketch, and then I'm going to make it kind of work from here. So I'm going to pause, we're going to get started, and I will be right back. Alright, so let's get started on this layout. I am going to fussy cut 6 rainbows out of this pattern paper here, and then I'm just going to place the rest of it on the floor next to me and put it back into my kit. I pulled 3 pieces of the ephemera from that ephemera pack, which is crazy because gosh, there is so many pieces in there, and you'd think I would have found more to play with, but really I didn't want to take away from my photo or my design around my photo and story. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut the butterfly out of this one so I can pop it up on some foam adhesive, and then I'm going to fussy cut those rainbows. Now, when I fussy cut a butterfly out of a piece of pattern paper, I do not fussy cut the antennae because they're too delicate and it's time consuming, and honestly I don't think they add that much to a layout. I mean, I realize butterflies have antennae in real life, but this is a piece of paper and I find them too fiddly to mess with, so I just cut around them. So say hello to Phineas, everyone. He is getting put gently on the floor so that I can continue working. They like to see how many times they can walk across my desktop when I'm recording. And yes, I think they literally wait for me to turn the camera on to do this. It's kind of comical, yet a little annoying. Anyway, so he is also currently super jealous of the new baby that I got this week. I say we, my husband's not home yet from his deployment. He knows I have her. He was the one that told me I could go get her, but Phineas is a little jealous, and honestly I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting him to be absolutely thrilled about her, and they do play. Anyway, I'm going to kind of scuff up the edges of these ephemera pieces. I'm using my some assemblage required distress tool. It works really well with 49 Market paper products. I think it scuffs it up better than the Tim Holtz one. I do have both. I use the Tim Holtz one for finer paper, like maybe Simple Stories or American Crafts, if I'm scuffing up those. So what I'm doing, in case you were wondering, is I'm building that background that is behind the photos in the sketch. Now I'm going to put some layers. It's not just going to be a simple strip of paper behind my photos. I'm going to bring in these layers. And first I put that floral scrap from my kit onto the rusty, and then I just tore from each side, so I have torn edges to go in the center of that stripe. I did use my tearing ruler that is also some assemblage required tool that you can get on her website, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball the placement here, get it kind of in the center. The background I'm using is a Simple Stories background. It was not in my kit. A friend of mine gave me 2 pieces of it, and they were on the floor, so I picked it up to use in this layout. I am going to build a mat here. I have these 2 scraps of it's actually Hip Kit cardstock. The backside of this particular piece has a design. I think most of them actually do, but this one for sure does. And so I'm going to washi tape it on the backside together, and then I'm going to adhere my photo on it, and then I'll use my trimmer to actually cut it down to the size that I need. You really can't see this unless you're actually looking for it, so I don't mind piecing together mats. You have likely seen me do this before. So the design on the sketch, the right hand side of the sketch, has 2 photos. I'm going to use that. It's not quite a 4x6 card, maybe it's 3.5x5, but I'm going to use that as a placeholder, and that is where my journaling labels are going to end up going. This title is kind of giving me pieces, or not pieces, it's giving me a little bit of trouble. You'll see here in a minute, it's going to be a long title. I'm going to use some of the words from that black and white wordy bit phrase set that you see right there to finish it off. But for now, I'm going to put wildlife right here. It's actually going to end up kind of towards the right here a little bit, and you'll see me do that. So also I want to point out on the sketch, she had some banners up on I think the top right, and that's where my 3 rainbows and butterfly is going to go there, and she's got some little bit down on the bottom left. I think it was a circle. Again, I've put 3 rainbows there. These labels are some freebie labels I got from somewhere on the internet. I'm not sure which company they are from. They are not the Illustrated Faith ones that I purchased. These are different, and they are a partially used set that I have just had sitting next to me on the table, and I've been trying to use them up as I go. So the full title is going to say something like, "You are living the wildlife." And I'm going to try to make those words work. I was hoping to use all one color. I end up having to use both colors and try not to twitch because they aren't the same color all the way across. That kind of makes me crazy. So I started with the UR, and I'm going to set it aside here in a minute and do some gluing, and I'll be right back. I got this all glued together. Off camera, I went ahead and finished my title. I had to Frankenstein some letters, and then I ended up moving them around because I didn't have enough of the same color to spell out that entire long title that I put here. So I swapped out this R for a white R, and same with the black Y, and then I Frankensteined an H out of an N, and I'm not even sure what that thing was, N and something, and just kind of made my title work. I also went ahead and I added 3 of the smaller labels down here to finish my journaling. I love that I was able to take this sketch and use it to make a layout that worked for me. And that's the good thing about sketches. You can interpret them exactly the way the sketch artist intended, or you can take them and swap out or add items. I didn't use banners. I used rainbows, and same down here. I did not use the circle and the stars. I used the rainbows for my pattern paper. The solid block that she had behind her two photos, I actually used a lot of pattern paper to make it colorful because I'm using a dark background. Instead of having two photos, I have one and then a block for my journaling. But still, I think that you can see where I took inspiration from on my sketch. And sometimes it's nice to be able to just take the bones of a sketch and make it work exactly the way that you need it to. And that's kind of what I did here. That's not saying that her sketch isn't awesome the way it is, because it absolutely is awesome the way it is. But, you know, sometimes when we're working in a series like this and we're trying to accomplish getting albums finished, which is always my goal, I have to take a sketch and make it my very own and take a little bit of creative license with it. I do that a little bit with my scrap lifts on Sunday's Scrap Lift Crafternoon videos as well. So I think it's great that we can do this. And I hope that you enjoyed this video and my take on her sketch. I think it's an awesome sketch just as it sits, but this is the thing that I needed to get scrapbooked today. And so I used her sketch as a bouncing off point, and that is awesome. So I want to thank you for being here today. I thank you. If you are new here, please click that like button. And if you would love to be a subscriber, I would love for you to click that button as well. Also, I put out somewhere between 3 to 4 videos per week. There's always going to be a Sunday Scrap Lift Crafternoon, except for the weeks that we take off. And there's always going to be other videos throughout the month that are set in stone, and then I just try to fill in as I go. So there's going to be content on here every single week for you to enjoy, and I hope that you will come back and leave me some love. If you have any comments or questions about this video or this layout, just drop those below in that comment box, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope that you have a great Thursday. Bye.